Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We're getting ready for another busy day as we've already done the roll and write in the Cthulhu Mythos. So we're going from the Cthulhu Mythos to the Baseball Diamond, as today we're also time traveling back to 2004 for a matchup of APBA Baseball by APBA Games. No bonus points for guessing, but this one is a baseball simulator. We are at Fenway Park today, as we'll have an American League matchup between the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox. I, of course, don't usually pull historical scores for the game because I want to be able to tell my own story with them. With that, I think we are all set with the pregame festivities being over, so let's jump right into this one. Starting pitcher for the Red Sox is going to be Tim Wakefield. 12-10 with a 4.87 ERA, actually. 63 walks, 116 strikeouts, and 29 homers in 2004. I am playing around with a little bit of a new layout with the business card holders for the pitcher on the mound and for the bases. I might use the same layout in my 1985 playthrough and season ticket, but we'll see what that does. I'm also going to be playing around with I'm also going to be getting another rep in with Digital Diamond because more practice with that is more good before 1985. Anyway, while the Red Sox get loose in the field, let's go ahead and meet the Twins starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Christian Guzman at shortstop. Jose Offerman is the designated hitter. Lou Ford is in left field. Matt LaCroix is at first base. Torrey Hunter is in center field. Michael Coutier is at third base. Michael Restovich is in right field. Henry Blanco's catching. And Luis Rivas is at second base. I'm not doing anything special in terms of the merino boards or anything like that. We're just going to do nice, clean, basic. Leading off for the Red Sox, or for the Twins, as I mentioned, we've got Christian Guzman. 274 average, 8 homers, 46 RBI in 2004. Wakefield will look in at Mirabelli for the sign. He will set, and I will tab into Digital Diamond. I'll see you guys at the bottom of, in the middle of the first inning. Once my laptop decides it wants to cooperate with me. I'll just make sure Digital Diamond gets loaded up here nice and smooth. So give me a minute on that. Top of the first, okay. So let's get that set up. We'll make sure we're on, oh, shoot. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do at all. So hold on a second, we got to back up a play already. Right, undo last play. There we are. So let's get into, let's see, options. Don't want status pro. We want board game companion. Okay. So just checking all that out. And now that we've got that sorted out, now Wakefield can get the sign from Mirabelli, and here's the pitch. That's a 34, and we are underway. 34 is going to be a 31, and that's going to come off of fielding. Oop, didn't mean to jar the camera there. That's going to come off of fielding 3 for the Red Sox. 34, we established, was a 31, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one for the Red Sox is going to be Damon. He'll make the catch, and there's one out. Once we get Digital Diamond catching up. Next into the batter's box will be Jose Offerman. Offerman with a 256 average, 2 homers, 22 RBI in 2004. Wakefield getting the sign from Mirabelli once again. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 42. That's going to be a 14. That should be a base on balls, and it is. Wakefield is not a ZZ pitcher, so Offerman will reach with the first walk of the day, with the first base runner of the day. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's Lou Ford, 299 average, 15 homers, 72 RBI in 2004. Wakefield looking over to Offerman at first. Wakefield will turn and deal with Ford. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 23 is a 29. And let's change our charts. 29 is going to be a ground ball right back to Wakefield, except it's too fast. Offerman had too much of a jump, so that will go over to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. G1, R1 advances. So Offerman should end up at second on that. Yep, perfect. Ford will end up with 2 outs in the inning. And here will be Matt LaCroix. 269 average, 9 homers, 39 RBI in 2004. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, looking over to Offerman. Change your charts, Phoenix. Wakefield will set, and here's the pitch. 36 is a 14. That'll be another base on balls. Yep. Wakefield already looking a little bit shaky here. Let me get Digital Diamond moving. Wakefield already looking a little shaky and a very bad situation potentially as Torrey Hunter now steps into the batter's box. 271 average, 23 homers, 81 RBI in 2004. Wakefield looking over to Offerman at second, LaCroix at first. 2 outs in the inning. Wakefield trying to get out of trouble. Wakefield will look to Mirabelli for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 32. That'll be a 26. And that's going to be an infield. That's going to be a fly ball popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base for the Red Sox is Bellhorn. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 walks, but the Twins not able to do anything with them as we get ready for the bottom of the first. And all looks to be quiet in chat. Starting pitcher for the Minnesota Twins, Brad Radke. 11-8 with a 3.48 ERA. 26 walks, 143 strikeouts, 23 homers in 2004. Looks like he was born where I went to college, as an interesting fun fact. Anyway, as the Twins now start to get loose in the infield, we'll throw the dice in the shaker, and then we'll meet the Red Sox starting lineup. I'll tab into OBS just so I can see how the camera looks on this. Leading off, we've got Johnny Damon in center field. Mark Bellhorn is at second base. David Ortiz is the designated hitter. Manny Ramirez is in left field. Nomar Garcia-Parra is at shortstop. Trot Nixon is in right field. Kevin Millar is at first base. Doug Mirabelli's catching. And Kevin Youkilis is at third base. I'll tab back into Digital Diamond as we'll reset the lineups. And leading off for the Red Sox will be Johnny Damon. 304 average, 20 homers, 94 RBI in 2004. Radke will look in at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 61 is going to be a 40. Going back to bases empty. And 41 is coming off of fielding 1 for Minnesota with a 41. And that's going to be an error. It's going to be hit over to short. Getting over to that one is going to be Guzman, but he will drop that one, and that'll be the first error of the day. As Damon finds himself at first. Changing that up. The infield will move to double play depth, as stepping into the batter's box now is Mark Bellhorn. Bellhorn with a 264 average, 17 homers, 82 RBI in 2004. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. Radke will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 43, which will be a 12, and that'll be a ground ball over. That'll be a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up is going to be Rivas. Rivas will fire over to Guzman. Guzman will turn and flip over to LaCroix at first, and that will be a 4-6-3 double play. Stadium groans. Ugh. Let me make sure. It looks like I fat fingered this a little bit. Yep, okay. So the fat fingering actually works out, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Stepping into the batter's box, the ever-powerful David Ortiz. 301 average, 41 homers, 139 RBI in 2004. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 44 is going to be a 6, and against a grade B pitcher, a 6, that's going to be a double for Ortiz. Actually, 2B9. And Ortiz is going to slide into second, safe with a double. Stepping into the batter's box now is Manny Ramirez. 308 average, 43 homers, 130 RBI in 2004. Let's change our charts over to runner on second. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's see, that came through. That was a 25. That's maybe the one thing I don't like about these business card holders, but let's resolve the at-bat here before I talk about that. 25 is going to be an 8, and against a grade B pitcher, that'll be a ground ball right back to Radke. He'll turn around, fire that over to first, and that will end the inning. Nothing across except for the double. We are scoreless after 1. So now, as I was getting ready to say about the business card holders, the dice very much slide under them easily. So that's part of why I'm doing testing before 1985 starts, because I want to make sure I'm not going to have any problems with adding something new to the channel before 1985 becomes a thing. Okay, finishing our adjustment there. Stepping into the batter's box now for the Twins. Once I get this picked back up, I'll also keep an eye on my phone every inning just to make sure there's nothing crazy going there. Looks all quiet there. Okay. Stepping into the batter's box now for the Twins to lead off the top of the second is going to be Michael Cuddyer. Cuddyer with a 263 average, 12 homers, 45 RBI in 2004. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 44. That's going to be an 8. And against a grade C pitcher, which Wakefield is a grade C pitcher, an 8 is going to be a base hit into left center field. That'll split the gap between Ramirez and Damon. We'll call it an S7. As either way, Cuddyer is going to find himself safe at first on the single. Infield will go to double play depth, as here's Michael Restovich. 255 average, 2 homers, 6 RBI in 2004. Wakefield gets this. What? Oh, right. Here's how I got to do this. Digital Diamond was yelling at me for a second. I forgot S7 is not a thing I can do. It's got to be 1B7. Herpaderp. Now that we've got that sorted out, let's change our charts. Restovich waits for the pitch from Wakefield. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set. Wakefield will kick, and here's the pitch. That's a 55. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be an 8 against the grade C pitcher, and that'll be a base hit into center. That'll be a base hit into center field. So that'll be a base hit to center field. Cuddyer will hold at second. And now suddenly the Twins have something going on. We should end up with Cuddyer at second. I will wait for confirmation on that. Here we go. Next into the batter's box for the Twins is Henry Blanco. 206 average, 10 homers, 27 RBI in 2004. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. Wakefield looking a little bit nervous. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 16, which is a 28 against fielding against fielding 3. 16 was a 28. Wow, that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Garcia Parra, but unfortunately the only play he's going to have is over to second with that, is over to first. That'll be a G6 for the first out of the inning. So I'm going to have to make sure I can enter this into Digital Diamond properly. This should be a G6 R1 plus R2 plus. Let's make sure that does what I want it to, because I want to end up with, let me just double check that. 16 was a 28. Yes, I want to end up with, I get exactly what I wanted. Perfect. What we have going on now is Luis Rivas stepping into the batter's box next for the Twins. 256 average, 10 homers, 34 RBI in 2004. Second and third, and the infield is going to have to play in to prevent the runners from scoring. Wakefield looking very shaky here. He gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 62 is going to be a 26 against the fielding 3 team. 26, that's going to be a, let's see, infield in. So the infield is in. That's going to be a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up is going to be Bellhorn. He'll make the play over to first. Both runners hold. So G4, 2 outs in the inning. All right, so let me just make sure. Yep, that's a G4. I shouldn't end up with either runner scoring. Let me just make sure Digital Diamond does that, and I don't have to do anything fancy. I do have to do something a little bit fancy with it. So we're going to back that play up. So, Control U to undo. So let's try that again. So I believe it's going to be G4. That should be G4, R3, hold. That seems like it should be right. Let me just look here. So, I could probably use a strat shortcut to get around that, which I might end up having to do. Actually, maybe not. Looks like just doing it like that should end up with, yep, Coutier holds. Okay. Now that we've got that all straight, coming into the batter's box next is Guzman. There are 2 outs in the inning, by the way. And now the infield will play back. Guzman today is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 44 is not going to help them at all. That's an 8. We got to go to second and third. All right, 44 is going to be an 8 against a grade C pitcher, and that's going to be a base hit over the head of. That's going to be a base hit over the head of Millar. Score slow on second. He's an average runner, so both runners will score. Guzman will end up at second. So that's going to be an S4 R2 plus. Actually, R. Let's see if that does it, because we should end up with. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it's probably 1B4 R2 plus. Because we should end up with the Twins leading 2-0. And we do not. So I think we have to go. So let's try that again. Let's try 1B4 R2 plus plus. Because we should, like I said, we should end up here with the Twins leading 2-0. And Fenway Park groaning. And I don't. Because I'm just double checking the result here. 44 was a. I'm just double checking. 44 was an 8 against a grade C pitcher. Yep, both runners should score. So just bear with me while I fight with this a little bit. So we should end up with, I'm just trying to make sure this ends up correct. So 1B4, R2, let's try star star. Okay, why is that not working? Because I should end up with, let's just try it like this. 1B star star. Maybe the simplest. There we go. Okay. Now that we've got that straight, score is now 2-0 in favor of Minnesota. Stadium groans. Ugh. And Offerman now stepping into the batter's box. Offerman, that's an S4. Right. Okay, now that we've got that sorted out, Offerman is now 0 for 1. Wakefield now having his first meltdown. He gets a sign from Mirabelli. He will set. I will change my charts. I did already to run around first. And here's the pitch. That's a 32. That's going to be a 26 coming off of fielding 3. 26 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up is Bellhorn. He'll fire that over to Garcia Parra, and that will end the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. Score is now 2-0 Minnesota as we get ready for the bottom of the second. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday afternoon? I know it's a weird time for me to be streaming, but I do have a few other things going on today, and there might be another game coming up later. Stepping into the batter's box to lead off for the Red Sox is Nomar Garciaparra. He ended up on the Cubs. He's on the Red Sox now. He'll end up on the Cubs later. 308 average, 9 homers, 41 RBI in 2004. Radke looking over to Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 25 is an 8, which against a grade B pitcher, 25 is an 8. That'll be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Hunter. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Trot Nixon is next to step into the batter's box for the Red Sox. 315 average, 6 homers, 23 RBI in 2004. Radke looking in at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 35 is a 9 against a grade B pitcher, and that's going to be a base hit over short. Guzman can't get to that one, and Nixon is going to be safe at first with a single. Infield will go to double play depth as Kevin Millar will step into the batter's box. 297 average, 18 homers, 74 RBI in 2004. Radke looking in at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 13, that's a 14. That sounds walkish to me, and it is. All of a sudden, the Red Sox have something cooking with 1 out. And they have Doug Mirabelli stepping into the batter's box now. 261 average, 9 homers, 32 RBI in 2004. Turning over to the right chart, while Radke gets the sign from Blanco, trying to find a way out of this situation. Radke will set, here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That's a 44. I don't think that's going to help them get out of it very much. That's an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball over to third. The only play Couture will have at third, however, is over to first. And that will be 2 outs in the inning. But both runners will make third. Let's see if that's a G5, R1 plus, R2 plus. So we should end up with Nixon and Millar at third, Millar at second, 2 outs in the inning, and we do. Next batter is Kevin Youkilis. 260 average, 7 homers, 35 RBI in 2004. Second and third, as Radke looks in at Blanco for the sign, trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. Radke will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 23. That sounds like it's going to get him out of the inning. That's a 29. And that's going to be grounded right back to the pitcher. Radke will turn and fire that over to first, and that will end the inning. Hit and a walk, but the Red Sox are not able to do anything with it. Score remains 2-0 Minnesota after 2. Okay. Just catch up with chat real quick, which is all quiet. Back to Digital Diamond. Leading off the top of the third for the Twins, as I also drop my pen, is Ford. Ford today is 0 for 1. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 44 is going to be an 8, and against a grade C pitcher, that'll be a base hit into left field. Ramirez will have to knock that one down. Actually, hold on. Oh, no, never mind. I just didn't mark off the end of the inning, so yes. That'll be a base hit into left field. Where Ramirez will have to knock that one down. The infield will go to double play depth, and here's LaCroix. LaCroix has a walk his first time up. Change our charts over to runner on first. Wakefield will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 54 is a 32, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one for the Red Sox is Nixon. He'll make that catch, and that's 1 out in the inning. Stepping into the batter's box now is Hunter. Hunter is 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. Minnesota leads 2-0. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's an 11. That's a 0. That's potentially trouble for Wakefield. 54 is going to be a 6 against a grade C pitcher. A 6. That's going to be a base. That's going to be a double over the head. That's going to be a double over Millar's head. Fast runner scores. Ford is a fast runner, so he will come all the way in to score. Hunter will end up at second. 3-0 in favor of the Twins. Stadium groans. Ugh. 2B3 star? No. Let's go 2B3 star. Let's try. No, we're still not able to do that. Oh, so actually it should be 2B3 R1 star. I still can't get it. So let's go 2B. Let's just try 2B star like so. Because I do want to end up with Ford scoring, Hunter at second. Perfect. So 3-0 in favor of the Twins. And stepping into the batter's box now is Coutier. Coutier today is 1 for 2. He has a double and he scored a run. 3-0 Twins. Fenway Park faithful not liking what they see on this baseball matinee. Wakefield, no double play. Changing my charts to runner on second. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. We may be seeing some activity in the Boston bullpen soon. Wakefield will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 12 because that's where it's landing. That'll be a 25 against fielding 3 at 25. Is going to be lined over to second. Bellhorn puts up his glove in self-defense as the ball slams into it for out number 2. And Restovich now about to step into the batter's box. Restovich today is 1 for 2 with a single as well. Wakefield suddenly in a jam. He will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 61 is a 27. 61 is a 27. And that's going to be grounded over to third. Picking that one up for the Red Sox is Youkilis. He'll turn, fire that over to first, and that will end the inning. One run on 2 hits, and the Twins now have a 3-0 lead. Okay, tabbing back over to Digital Diamond as we're getting ready for the Red Sox half of the home half of the 3rd inning. Leading off is Johnny Damon. Damon today, however, he reached on an error, actually. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 26 is a 27 once we go back to bases empty. 26 is a 27 against fielding 1. That'll be grounded over to third. Yep, that'll be grounded over to third. Picking that one up is going to be Coutier. He'll throw that over to first, and that will be out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now is Bellhorn. Bellhorn hit into the double play that after Damon reached on the error back in the 1st. Radke will look in at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 23. That'll be a 29 against fielding 1. That'll be grounded right back to Radke. He'll turn and fire that over to Miller. He'll turn that and fire that over to LaCroix at first, and that will be out number 2. Two outs in the inning as now Big Papi steps into the batter's box. Ortiz today, though, is 1 for 1 with a double. If anybody can get the Red Sox back into this game, you're probably looking for Ortiz. Radke hoping that doesn't happen. Blanco will give him the sign. Radke will wind up, and here's the pitch. That's a 45. That'll be a 14. Ortiz should draw a walk off of that. He will. Actually, Radke's a ZZ pitcher, so there's actually 2 balls right now on Ortiz. So I'll grab a peg out so I can track that. 2 balls, and we'll pitch again. .42 is a 14. Now Ortiz will take the base on balls. Ortiz will trot down to first as Ramirez steps into the batter's box. Ramirez grounded right back to the pitcher his first time up. Radke hoping to keep the score right where it is. He's happy to see that goose egg on the Boston side of the scoreboard. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 12, which is a 25. And that's going to be grounded over to second. Picking that one up for the Twins is Rivas. He'll step on the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Red Sox. Score remains 3-0 Minnesota after 3. Stepping into the batter's box next for the Twins is Blanco. Blanco is 0 for 1. Catching up with chat real quick, seeing if there's anybody there. Once again, thank you guys for spending part of your Wednesday afternoon with me. I know it's a weird time for me to stream, but in December, almost any time is possible stream time, so I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Top of the 4th, as Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli, hoping to limit the further damage. Wakefield will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 56 is going to be a 34, which is against fielding 3. 56, 34. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that one at short is going to be Garcia Parra. He'll make the catch for out number 1. One out, and here's Rivas stepping into the batter's box. Rivas grounded over to second his first time up. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 64 is a 13. That sounds very strikeout-y. And he will swing and miss at that one for the first strikeout of the day for Brad Radke. Or for Wakefield, actually. 2 outs, and Guzman now the batter. Guzman today is 1 for 2 with the single and 2 RBI. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 21 is a 30. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Ramirez will come under that one, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins in the top of the 4th. Stepping into the batter's box first for the Red Sox is Garcia Parra. Garcia Parra today is 0 for 1. He flew to center his first time up. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's a 42, which is going to be a 22 against fielding 1. And that's going to be grounded over to first base. Getting over there, actually over there is LaCroix. Here comes Radke to cover. He'll fire it over, and that will be out number 1. Nixon next into the batter's box. Nixon today, though, is 1 for 1 with a single. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 26, which is going to be a 30 against fielding 1. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Ford getting under that one. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Stepping into the batter's box now is Millar. Millar today reached on a walk his first time up. Radke looking into Blanco for the sign. 2 outs in the inning. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 14, which is a 30. That sounds like another fly ball into left field. Once again, Ford getting under that one with no problems. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th. Score is now 3-0 Minnesota after 4. Catching up with chat. Nope, all quiet. Top of the 5th coming up, as stepping into the batter's box to lead off for the Twins is Offerman. Offerman today is 0 for 1 with a walk. 3-0 Red Sox, top of the 5th. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 32 is a 26 against fielding 3. There's going to be a ground ball over to second base. Bellhorn will pick that one up. He'll throw that over to Millar at first, and that is out number 1. Ford now stepping into the batter's box. Ford is 1 for 2 with a single and scored a run. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 62 is a 26, and that's going to be grounded. They'll run that one right back. Bellhorn will get that one on a ground ball. He'll fire that over to Millar at first, and that will be out number 2. Two quick ground ball outs for the Red Sox, and here comes LaCroix. LaCroix today is 0 for 1. He flew out and he walked. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 33 sounds like trouble. Okay, that's a 0. LaCroix thinks he's got a hold of one. That's a 23 on a second column reading. That'll be a 6 against a grade C pitcher, and that's going to be a double. LaCroix will smack that one into right field. That'll drop into the gap in right field, where Nixon will have to play that one on a hop, but LaCroix is going to be safe at second with a double. And here's Hunter. Hunter today is 1 for 2 with a double. Wakefield starting to look a little bit shaky. Actually, he's been pretty shaky all day. Wakefield gets a sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 55. That's going to be a problem. That'll be an 8 with a runner on second, actually. 55 is an 8 against a grade C pitcher. And that's going to be a base hit over the second baseman's head. Bellhorn trying to get that one. He won't be able to. LaCroix, except the Red Sox are going to get lucky because getting to that one is going to be Damon. He'll fire that one in, and LaCroix is going to be out at the plate. Huge out for the Red Sox. So that's an S4. Yeah, that's an S4. Let's see. So I need to end up with an S4, and then he gets thrown out at the plate. So bear with me while I figure out what that is. Let's see, maybe it's here. No. Actually, it's probably R2 out. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. I know what I'm trying to get to here. Okay, so it's going to be... Okay, so it's probably like this. So 1B4, R2X. That's probably what we want. Because we should end up with the inning over. And we do. So 2 hits, but the Twins are not able to do anything with them, as it is still 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. And after a small ordeal on Digital Diamond, let's catch up with chat. Nothing happening there. So back to Digital Diamond we go, as leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Red Sox will be Mirabelli. Once we get Mirabelli in the business card holder, there we are. Mirabelli today is 0 for 1. Radke will look in at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 23 is going to be a 29 once we get our chart correct. 29 on fielding 1 is going to be grounded right back to Radke. He'll turn over to first, fire that over, and that's out number 1. One out in the inning, and here's Youkilis. Youkilis today is 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 35 is a 14. That sounds like a base on balls, and it is. Actually, no. ZZ pitcher for Radke, so 2 balls on Youkilis. And we'll pitch again. 44, though, sounds like it's going to be trouble. That's an 8 against the grade B pitcher. Actually, that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one is Hunter. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Youkilis thought he got a hold of one, but it's going to land right in Hunter's glove for out number 2. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Damon now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Damon today is 0 for 1, reached on an error. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 63 is a 31, and that's going to be, once again, say it with me, kids, fly ball into center field. Hunter gets under that one, and he will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. Score is still 3-0 Minnesota after 5. Let me just check the camera real quick here. If I can move that out and move it over a little bit. That looks good. Top of the 6th coming up. Wakefield can pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. We're going to get some activity in the Boston bullpen as they're going to start. Who are they going to get warming up? They're going to get. They're going to get Alan Embry warming up in the Boston bullpen. Leading off the top of the 6th for Minnesota is Coutier. Coutier today is 1 for 2 with a double. Let's get back into Digital Diamond so we can keep this moving right along. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set. We actually don't need that anymore. And here's the pitch. 54 is a 32. That'll come off of fielding 3. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one for the Red Sox is going to be Nixon. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now for the Twins is Restovich. Restovich today is 1 for 2 with a single. Wakefield gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 42 is a 13. That sounds very strikeout-y, and it is. Wakefield gets the knuckler past Restovich, and that's out number 2. Blanco next stepping into the batter's box. Blanco today is 0 for 2. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 16 is a 28, and that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Garciaparra. He'll fire that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox, or go the Twins here in the top of the 6th. Radke's got a bit more in the tank. He can pitch to 8 more batters before he fatigues. Catching up with chat. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Red Sox is Bellhorn. Bellhorn today is 0 for 2. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. Radke seems to be on cruise control right now with a 3-0 lead. Radke will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's a 44. I think that's going to break cruise control with an 8. Actually, no, it's not. Radke's a grade B pitcher. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Hunter will get under that one once again, and that's out number 1. Ortiz now getting into the batter's box. Ortiz today is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. Radke gets a sign from Blanco. Radke would love to be able to get Ortiz out here. Radke will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 31 is a 9, and that's going to be a base hit over short. Ortiz, or S6. Radke still cannot get Ortiz out today. So Ortiz is going to be safe at first with a single. Here comes Ramirez into the batter's box. Infield moving to double play. Ramirez today is 0 for 2. Radke looking at Blanco for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 64 is a 40, and that's going to be a foul ball. Ramirez will foul that one behind the plate and will pitch again. 25 is an 8, and that's going to be change your charts. That's going to be a fly ball that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Picking that one up is going to be Coutier. Ortiz had too good a jump, though. Ortiz will make it to second on the play, but there are 2 outs in the inning. And stepping into the batter's box now is Garciaparra. Garciaparra today is 0 for 2. Changing our charts over to second. Radke looking at Blanco for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 41 is a 24, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Guzman will get under that one. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit for the Red Sox. Score remains 3-0 Minnesota after 6. Catching up with chat. Mike B joins us here at Fenway Park and should be throwing loaded dice. No, sorry, I don't do loaded dice here. Tim Wakefield, though, can pitch to one more batter before he tires. The Red Sox are going to let him pitch. I'll tab back over to Digital Diamond. Leading off the top of the 7th for the Twins is Rivas. Rivas today is 0 for 2. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 14. 14 is going to be a 30 against fielding 3. Let's change our charts, Phoenix. Fielding 30 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Ramirez will come under that one. He'll make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now is Guzman. Guzman is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Wakefield is now tired. They're going to try to have him get out of the inning, though. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 54. That'll be a 32, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Nixon this time will get under that one for out number 2. Offerman next stepping into the batter's box. Offerman today is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's grounded out twice. Wakefield will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 32 is going to be a 26, and that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Bellhorn will take that one, fire it over to Millar at first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins here in the top of the 3rd. We are at the 7th inning stretch. As usual, I will not torture you guys with my rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I will, however, take a small break. Okay. There probably will be another game. There'll be at least one more stream today because I just got a pair of deliveries in that we're going to crack on the channel. But there might be another game coming up on the channel. I haven't decided yet, though. Radke can pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Red Sox is Trot Nixon. Nixon today is 1 for 2 with a single. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 53 is a 15, and that'll be a fly ball into left field. Ford will get under that one for the Twins, and that's out number 1. And stepping into the batter's box now is Millar. Millar today is 0 for 1 with a walk. Radke trying to keep this game under control. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 55 does not sound like control. Well, actually an 8. That is going to be control because that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Hunter getting under that one again, and that will be out number 2. The Red Sox cannot catch a break today, and here's Mirabelli. Mirabelli today is 0 for 2. Radke has been on today. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 62. It got lost under the business card holder for the mound. 62 is a 38, and that's going to be a ball. So I'm going to grab another set of pegs so I can actually track the count. So that's ball 1, and we'll pitch again. .34 is a 31, and now it's going to be, say it again with me, kids, fly ball into center field. Hunter getting under that one as well. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 7th. Score remains 3-0 Minnesota after 7. That is going to be the end for Tim Wakefield today. He was a little bit on the shaky side, but the Red Sox are going to need a new pitcher. I thought he was supposed to be. Yep, there he is. Wakefield is out of the game. Coming into pitch is going to be Alan Embry. 2-2 with no saves, 4.13 ERA, 11 walks, 37 strikeouts, 7 homers in 2004. We'll catch up with chat real quick before ID Jester now joins us here at Fenway Park. And yeah, more APBA Baseball, doing a little bit of testing with some business card holders, which I might end up using for 1985 and season ticket. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the matinee here. Leading off the top of the 8th for the Twins is going to be Ford. Ford today is 1 for 3 with a single. Embry gets a sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 51, which is a 9. Embry is a C pitcher with a 9, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that one at third base is going to be Youkilis. He'll make the play, and that's out number 1. One out in the inning, and here's LaCroix. LaCroix today is 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and he got thrown out trying to score back in the 5th. Embry gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 42. That's going to be a 38 against fielding 3. 42, 38. And that's going to be a ball. So ball 1 on LaCroix, and we'll pitch again. .16 is a 28. That sounds a little bit less likely to be a ball. That'll be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Garcia Parra. He'll make the play over to first for out number 2. Hunter now stepping into the batter's box. Hunter, though, is 2 for 3 with a single and a double, but man, we've been calling his name in the infield a lot today. Embry will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 42 is a 22, and he's going to reach on an error by Embry. Embry, that's going to be a hit right back to Embry. He'll boot it, and Hunter is going to find himself safe at first on the error. And here's Coutier stepping into the batter's box. Coutier is 1 for 3 with a double. Embry gets the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 54 is going to be a 32, and that's a fly ball into right field. Nixon will get under that one for the Red Sox. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the error for the Twins, and we are still at 3-0 as we head into the bottom of the 8th. Catching up with chat real quick. Radke can pitch to one more batter before he tires, but they're going to let the Twins are going to let him pitch. Radke's been pitching, has been having quite the performance today. Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Red Sox is going to be Youkilis. Youkilis today is 0 for 2. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 64 is a 13. That sounds very strikeout-y for a grade B pitcher. Actually, that's going to be off of fielding 1. And what did we say? 64, 13. Yep. Youkilis is going to swing through a curveball for strike 3. That is just the first strikeout, I think, for Youkilis, or for both Youkilis and Radke today. 1 out in the inning, and here's Damon. Damon today is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. Radke is now tired, but the Twins are going to let him pitch, at least to get out of the inning. They may let him try to go the distance. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 32. That'll be a 26. And that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Rivas will pick that one up. He'll fire that over to first, and that's out number 2. Two outs in the inning, and here comes Bellhorn up to the batter's box. Bellhorn today is 0 for 3. Radke gets a sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 23 is a 29, and that's going to be grounded right back to Radke. He'll fire that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. Score is now still 3-0 Minnesota after 8. Catching up with chat real quick. Chris Subdivisions Baldacino now joins us here at Fenway Park. Just tuned in, love old school APBA, but Kudayer. All right, thanks for the pronunciation on that. Admittedly, I was never a real big sports fan back in 2004. And actually, some of these names I have trouble with, so I always appreciate the feedback on how my pronunciation is sometimes terrible. Anyway, stepping into the batter's box is Restovich. Restovich leading off for the Twins is 1 for 3 with a single. Embry will get the sign here from Mirabelli in a second. Embry will set, and here's the pitch. 45 is a 14. That sounds very walkish. And Embry's nothing special there, so that will be a leadoff walk. Infield will go to double play depth. as Blanco steps into the batter's box. Blanco today is 0 for 3. Embry will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 24 is a 13. That sounds very strikeout-y, and it is. As Embry gets him to swing through a slider for out number 1. One out in the inning, and here's Rivas. Rivas today is 0 for 3. Embry will look in at Mirabelli for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 42 is a 42, yes. 42 is a 13. That also sounds very strikeoutish as Embry gets his slider working to get the Red Sox out of the inning. Actually, no, I think there's never mind. We only have 2 outs in the inning. Next up is Guzman. Guzman today is 1 for 4 with a single. Embry will get the sign from Mirabelli. He will set, and here's the pitch. 56 is a 34, and that's going to be skied on the infield over to shortstop. Coming under that one is going to be Garciaparra. He'll have time for about a 3-second power nap before the ball falls into his glove for out number 3. Nothing across except for the walk, and we are headed into the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? The Twins are hoping not. Radke's going to take the hill to start the inning, but getting warmed up in the Twins bullpen just in case things go sideways is going to be Joe Nathan. Catching up with chat real quick. Yes, we are going into the bottom of the 9th. And leading off for the Red Sox is going to be Big Papi himself, David Ortiz. Ortiz is 2 for 2 with a walk. Radke will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 64 is a 13. That sounds very strikeout-y, and it is. As Ortiz gets greedy and swings through a curveball badly out of the zone, and that is out number 1. And that's the first time Ortiz has been out today. Stepping into the batter's box now is Ramirez. Ramirez today is 0 for 3. Radke gets the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 63 also sounds very strikeoutish, and Ramirez gets frozen by the high heat for out number 2. And the last chance for the Red Sox comes down to Nomar Garciaparra. Garciaparra, though, today is 0 for 3. Radke looking in at Blanco for the sign. Radke looking around at Fenway Park, stunned at what they're seeing. The fans are stunned at what they're seeing. Radke will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 33. That's a 0. Garciaparra should extend this inning. That's a 44. That's a 1. And Garciaparra breaks the shutout with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to right field. Going back for that one is Restovich. He's back to the track, back to the wall. He runs out of room, and that ball is gone. Home run, Nomar Garciaparra. As the Red Sox manage to break through, and they get the shutout 3-1. They get their first run of the day, 3-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Stepping into the batter's box is Nixon, and Radke is now going to come out of the game. He did a great job for the Twins, but now they're going to bring in the closer to try to finish this game off. And coming in to face Nixon is going to be Joe Nathan. 1-2 with a 1.62 ERA. 23 walks, 89 strikeouts, 3 homers, and 44 saves in 2004. Take a special stop to catch up with chat real quick while Digital Diamond catches up for us. And bases are empty. Nathan now will get the sign from Blanco. He will set, and here's the pitch. 12 is going to be a 25, and that's going to be grounded over to second base. Picking that one up is going to be Rivas. He will have it in his glove. He'll pump once, pump twice, throw to first. That's your game, folks. The Minnesota Twins are going to win this one by a final score of 3-1. Stadium groans. Ugh. Final line score coming up. Once it decides it wants to cooperate with me. Okay, here we go. For the Twins, 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. For the Red Sox, 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher today. Where are the pitchers here? Winning pitcher is Brad Radke. Tim Wakefield gets the loss, and Joe Nathan ends up with a save. And that will do it for this playthrough of APBA Baseball. Really enjoy the simplicity of this one, I've got to admit, especially when it's just basic and I'm not doing anything crazy. The business card holders did seem to work fine. I think they're working a lot better here than they did for hockey anyway, where it's not interfering with the logos nearly as much as I thought it, nearly as much as when I was using them for hockey. In fact, we'll pull a couple more up here for a second so I can show you guys something else I was looking at when I was doing testing with this earlier, because I wanted to potentially use these for my 1985 season replay coming up. I also had business card holders for the pitchers as they were on the bench essentially, but I didn't like how those extra business card holders up there were interfering with the logos. It was making the logos a bit harder to see. Maybe moving them over here potentially could work if I want to do that as well, but I'm not necessarily as worried about the pitcher that's off the field as I am the one that's on. But I think this layout actually worked pretty well. So when we do a little bit more baseball testing later this month, we'll probably use these business card holders again. You guys can feel free to weigh in the comments section and or in the chat here while I'm still live for another few minutes. But that will do it for this playthrough of APBA Baseball. As I mentioned, I got a couple of deliveries in earlier this afternoon, so the next stream will be involved unboxing those. There may be another game later tonight, but I haven't completely decided on that yet. As for tomorrow, let me pull up my content schedule here, because I'm doing so much stuff this month. I can't keep straight. I can't keep straight more than like a game or two in the future what I'm doing. Like I said, I haven't decided if it'll be another game stream yet. I'm leaning toward probably, but that'll be later. Anyway, tomorrow is the 12th, so tomorrow morning we'll be continuing our playthrough of This War of Mine. As for tomorrow afternoon, we'll be going back to the world of Dune as we play Dune Imperium. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.